doing a ramp up.
Chalice.
So let me configure now my screen to have the main screen popping up. All right. So one thing is that you'll get, which is a good thing.
1 radar contact.
You'll get the
190 30 miles 15,000.
my MFDs also
Chalice.
all the time on
1
the screen.
radar contact.
So you can actually see what I'm
25
doing.
miles 15,000. Chalice. 1 advised.
Let me know if the sound is not loud enough. It should be.
Chalice. 1 advised.
All right, so we're
Hostile
20 minutes
detected.
before start. It's the right
120 miles.
moment to
Chalice. 1 radar contact.
we'll be starting the mission at
25
minus 20
miles 15,000.
because we have to align
Chalice.
the INS
1
systems.
advised. Hostile.
All right, so we're starting now. We'll be cool and dark, and we'll be powering up the airplane.
Detected. Bullseye. 200 80 miles.
All right, main plane. Well. All right, so it's those are special. No, those are block 40. Yeah, those are block 40. So that might be a bit different from what you're used to see if you're checking up with Falcon BMS. So alluding now to the test. All right, the test seems to be working correctly. I go to the main power. Norm for the fuel. Same thing for the air source. We'll be now powering up, checking for the lights. All right, so lights are ready. When I will power up the plane, the lights should be popping up. All right, so now we've got the ejection seat armed. And let's go, let's start the engines. We're ready to start. All right, so. All right, engine starting. Slowly. All right. RPM needle is moving. I'm waiting for the 20%. And once the 20% is achieved, we'll move the throttle to the latch position. And then the engine will be starting for real. That's a lot of aircraft noise around here. That's why the FPS must be a bit crappy. Although I'm streaming, so it doesn't really help. Alright, so we've got a good start. Engine is continuing to increase RPM. Alright, so temperature seems to be okay. Oil temperature is okay. Alright, so we can now definitely boot up different hot points, radar. I'm going to put the radar altimeter on standby. Alright, so MC, MFDs, UFC, map, data link, and I don't think this one's needed. Alright, so I'll start the INS alignment. Well, EGI means that it's there's an INS that is joint with a GPS system, which means that navigation, All right, navigation. I should have. Sorry for the rem start. I'm not doing it by the book. I should have covered up the
Chalice 1,
navigation
radar
panel
contact,
first. The
05,
backup
205,
navigation
10 miles, 21,000. Falcon 1, we are heading home.
All right, so I'm now putting up the rest of the systems. The electronic warfare panel. I'm going to set that to manual. I'll now start the allow. I will load up the data cartridge. CR. Increase the range. Alright, so as you see, the now I can load up the. I can switch to UFC, which is basically the DED panel is here, and I now have this one is basically now master, which means that I'm selecting any communication frequency from this panel and not from the backup one. As you see
Fury
now,
23.
I'll be on the tower.
You're cleared for takeoff. Runway 23.
now the backup is set on
Fury
channel
21.
6.
I'll be on the tower.
Resume low navigation.
And now I have the uniform set on 15,
Fury
which means
22.
that
I'll be on the tower.
I'm
Resume
set
low
on the
navigation.
tower frequency. I'll be requesting now for the QNH, so I can
Access
set up
1,
I'll be on the approach.
1036.
1036. Set up that here. All right, so we've got the frequency here. The Victor won't be really used to be honest. And now, since I have a bit of time ahead, let me check actually when is the departing time. Not this one, sorry guys. It's this one. 7:56, and current time is 7:41. All right, we've got a bit of time ahead. Which means that I have several things I need to check right now. Data link, so I need to have my 4 ships around here. There are also other flights that are available. So I'll put 2
Falcon
on
22.
and
Taxi.
2,
Runway
3,
23.
and 3, 1, and 3, 3. So I'll have them on the data link. Because those are the, remember, we are a package of 3 flights, so I need to have at least the other flights showing up just to see where they are compared to my current location. This is the
Falcon 24.
data
Taxi.
link, so
Runway
the
23.
LPC, the switch you got here, is basically an advanced integrated modem that transmits information from plane to plane. So now it's doing a few tests, and I'll probably yep, working.
Fury
And
23.
that
I'll be on the
allows
tower.
you to
Resume low
have the
navigation.
information on where the planes are
Gypsy
located
11.
if
Hold
you
short
want
there.
to transmit any information from, for example, a ground target.
Fury
It's
24.
also
I'll be
from
on the
with this
tower.
system
Resume
that
low
you can
navigation.
enable that. Oxygen quantity. Yep, oxy low.
Pull up.
All the
Altitude.
overall tests
Warning.
of lights.
Jammer. Counter. Shaft flare. Low.
Seems to be okay.
Out. Lock.
All right, so test, yeah, for the flights controls working okay. And now I'm doing the EPU test. So I'm currently watching the EPU. I have the RPM over 80, 85 currently, and I see the air being shown here, and the green light means that the EPU system has been tested and is working fine. So now I can
Gypsy 11.
I'll be on the tower.
You're cleared for
Throw
takeoff. Runway
to idle.
23.
Then I'm going to check the other systems. I'm going to check, so the HMCS, as you see now, the cross here, I'm going to have that powered up. I'm going to switch it off because I don't need it for takeoff. That's about it, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have this one switched to not auto but barometric altitude. This is what I'm looking for. And then we're going to set up a few other things, just such as the bingo. Remember we said 4,100, so the system will warn me whenever I'm going below that value, which means that the bingo is 4,100, but the joker is basically, bingo is you need to go back to home plate, and joker means that you have, it's 1,000 above the bingo, so it will be here 5,100. When you're in the joker zone, it means that you need definitely to start thinking about returning back to base. You need to have your last pass over the target area and then go back home because you need to.
Gypsy 1-2.
Albiano Tower.
Resume all navigation.
What do I have to set up else? Is the configuration, it will be Cat 3. This is for the flight systems. For those who know DCS Mirage, you have exactly the same system. Is basically the electronic flight system will limit your inputs from the joystick in order not to overpass the frame limit, the overall plane frame limit. All right, now I'm going to switch on the radar. So now I'm in air-to-air mode. Switching to continuous, and I will start emitting on the data link. So we'll start receiving the information from the others. All right, so now I will go to tests. I'm going to clear that. So there will be no more faults. I'm going to do the bit test. What is the bit test? Bit test, that's one thing. If I do an external view right now, if I check that, you'll see the surface will start moving as a descriptive test. Usually you will have one guy on the ground checking if all the surfaces are moving correctly. And at the end of the test, it will mean that the electronic flight system is working okay. So you've got the warning here, that's normal because it definitely means that the bid test is in progress. And now I've got the line. You see now a line is ready. And I'm going to be able to set that to navigation now. So I have my navigation system fully ready for takeoff. While I'm speaking, I need to check the time. Yeah, I think I'm late. I need to check that. Sorry. 7:56. So I need to ask the tower now to start rolling. All right. So I'm going to request to remove the chokes first. Then request which runway is in service.
Avenger 1-1, taxi, runway Panther 1-1, 1 check.
180.
Panther 1-1.
Albiano approach.
180 at 04 knots.
23.
Panther 1-1.
Albiano approach.
Runway 23 for takeoff.
Going through this
Avenger
taxiway
1-1, hold short.
here, and
Falcon 2-3.
Albiano
Right.
Tower.
Resume all navigation.
okay, so I'll request
Falcon
to
2-4.
taxi.
Albiano Tower.
Resume all navigation. Panther 1-1, ready for departure. Panther 1-1.
Albiano Tower.
Position and hold.
Position hold, so I need to wait.
Avenger 1-4, taxi,
All right, so
runway
now
23.
I'll set the time over steer point, and I will have the bug showing me if I'm a bit early on the time or late. That's essential when you have to participate in a campaign, and there are several flights that depend on you, and you need to be on time. The main essence of Falcon BMS is that time is really critical in campaigns, because obviously you have a lot of things rolling out behind you in terms of, so I'll get the prop heat ready now. A lot of planes need you to have your mission done, or maybe you failed, but at least you've been on time on target, so that's something you need to check for. I think this is Avenger flight. I'll request to see if I can taxi again.
Panther 1-1, ready for departure. Panther 1-1.
I'll be on the tower.
Position and hold.
Yeah, I need to wait. I think those are my wingmen, at least one of those. Yeah, he has JBU-24 under the wings, so same flight. I don't know where are the others, but they will be following once I will start rolling. So here the RWR. If you've got questions, don't hesitate, because I kind of in the
I'll
middle
be on the
of
tower.
Ready for departure.
training on BMS, which means that I've studied a lot of systems in order to achieve that global knowledge on what to do and which system is always operated, each and every system. So that's don't hesitate if you've got questions, general topics or some specific topics. If you're new to Falcon, then you definitely need to have a bit of advice here, piece of advice on Falcon. So don't hesitate if you need to. All right, I need to roll, guys.
Panther 1-1.
All right,
ready for
so now
departure.
we got the authorization to
Panther 1-1, taxi, runway 23.
Okay, so now we're rolling. I'm going to enable the nose wheel steering, and my wingman is going to are going to follow. So we'll be turning right. Getting over the taxi, and we see the other guys lining up, and those guys are definitely Avenger flying. And what time is it? I think this is already 50 something. Yeah, they were supposed to take off at 53, so I guess they're the ones.
Avenger 1-3.
I'll be on the tower.
Ready for departure.
Yeah, those are
Avenger
the ones.
1-1.
I'll be on the tower.
Resume all navigation.
Okay, so Avenger has departed, and there will be
Avenger 1-2.
I'll be on the tower.
protecting
Resume all
us
navigation.
on the target area, if you remember what I briefed before. All right, so now turning left, and I'll be waiting here for the tower to authorize me for takeoff. Alright, so I put the parking brake. Alright, so probably is on. I'll set now the radar altimeter to on. And I will say now that all my systems are ready. Alright, so
Panther
53.
1-1. Hold short. Avenger 1-3.
Alright,
I'll
so
be
I
on
need
the
to hold
tower.
short.
Resume all navigation.
Those guys,
Panther 1-1.
I'll be on the tower.
You're cleared for takeoff. Runway
and
23.
there are my wingmen.
Avenger
This is the
1-4.
first
I'll be on
one,
the tower.
second
Resume all navigation.
And I don't see the third one. I think the third one is coming. We've got a couple minutes before we're ready for takeoff. Anyway. Meanwhile, I can already go to the weapons page and check the settings. So we definitely want to keep the well, we'll drop for, sorry, I'm going to have quantity 1, and we'll drop by pair. Controls, I'll set that to 1 second. Farming delay, enter. I'll take this one for 2 sec. Alright, and the release angle, I'll set it to yeah, 0. I don't need. I will do the I doesn't want that. Alright, okay. Let's put it to 10 degrees maximum, so I won't really use the release angle anyway. so we've got this ready. There's no need to power up the bomb systems. All right, so we're 54, 55 already, and waiting for the tower to clear us to grant us the. I'm going to have a last wind check.
Panther 1-1. One check.
So if I check.
Panther 1-1.
Aviano approach.
180 at 04 knots.
We've got a bit of crosswind, but nothing really bad. All right, so we've got the wingman. All right, so flight is ready. We got the full flight here, and I think I can start lining up at some point. The tower is going to grant me for takeoff. All right, so lining up. All right, whenever you want a piano tower. All right, so you see we've got the spots from the other flight. So I definitely got the first from the flight and the wingman number 2, which is 3 flight order. All right, 56. Guys, you should be already granting me for takeoff at some point. All right, go ahead.
Panther 1-1.
All right, okay,
Ready for departure. Panther
All right,
1-1.
so
Aviano
run up.
tower.
You're cleared for takeoff. Runway 23.
Engine seems to be behaving correctly. No warnings. Test that. Nothing. All right. And so, relief brake. Afterburner. So I'm pushing the throttle to gate position. I'll be rolling. All right. Okay. So I can start my roll.
Panther 1-1.
Aviano tower.
Resume all navigation.
All right, so gear up. All right, gear up. I'm going to maintain 10 degrees. And once I reach something like 310,
Aviano tower.
You're cleared for takeoff.
all
Runway
right, so now I'll
23.
go back to a buster. So it's 100% military power. Well, it's full military power. It's not really 100%. So see, I go
Panther
below
1-2.
that.
Aviano tower.
Resume all navigation. 2 airborne.
All right, so now I'm going to check the flight plan. You can check that already directly on the right MFD. I'll start my roll to the left, and if I check the flight plan, I need to climb to engine 22, so 22,000. Once I pass 5,000, I'll go to standard QNH, so 10. I'm already there, so 10:30. All right, so I'm down to standard, and I'll now set the autopilot on the plane, so I can focus
Panther
on
1-3.
Aviano tower.
Resume all navigation.
other things.
3 airborne.
All right, so soon we should be able to see the flight. As you can already see, I've got my entire flight. I've got already 2 on my left wing, and 3 and 4 are already departed, and they will be joining up. So I will be. Usually, what we do is that you pull back a bit the throttle to 100%, at least 5 to 10% RPM lower than the buster position, so the full military power, and you'll obviously that will help the wingmans to get back to the
2 in position.
AWACS. No, this is not AWACS. Command element flight. All right, so I'll go for the flight commands. I'll set them to, I want them to the right wing. Where is the, alright, so echelon right. I'll tell them to go.
Panther 1, go echelon right. 2, going echelon right. 3, 4.
Alright, so they'll be joining up at some point. FPS is not that great. I've got like 27. Oh, that's okay. I've seen worse. Alright, so you see here, there's a marker here that you see is, it means basically I'm behind schedule in terms of flight, but that's okay. I mean, I'm going to recover that. Probably I'll go for Buster or maybe Gate at some point. Yeah, I'll probably go for Gate at some point to gain a bit speed once I'm at 22, because right now I'm climbing, so this is obvious I'm not going to recover, but I've got plenty of time to recover the flight plan timing once I'm stable at 22. So let's check the other waypoints. Not through this page because so I've used the destination page, and on this page I can definitely play with the information without impacting the current heading from the autopilot that is pre-selected. So we're rolling up now the flight plan. So you see that we've got number 2, we've got Angel 22, 3 will stay at N22, and then we'll, well, I think we'll stay at 18 and Angel 18. I don't see any use to go lower than that, and I even wonder if I'm going to go below 18,000 feet, to be honest. Then waypoint 6, you see this is the target point. We've got an elevation of 97, which is definitely okay, since this is the ground target. So we've got that. And then we've got the, so this one, the waypoint 5 will be the ingress point. 6 is the target point. And 7 is the egress point. And after that, we'll be returning back to base. So obviously waypoint 10 is the base. And 11 will be the alternate. I haven't set the frequency tower for the alternate, but I definitely hope to be able to do a full flight without having any issues, at least on my side. I need to, yeah. Alright, okay, so we'll return now to the main page, DED. And we're almost at 22. I'll be maintaining 22,000. And I think the flight is, yeah, you see the element, you see the 2. Missing one wingman, but I think is trying to keep up with the rest of the flight. Alright, so we're at 22, and now I'm keeping the altitude and maintaining the altitude of the autopilot, so at altitude hold. And then once the overall package will be, I'm going to ask them to be closer to me, like rejoin close up.
Panther 1, close up formation.
Alright, so they'll be
2, closing up.
They will be coming
3,
closer from me.
4.
Closer to return. And that's a close-up formation. You can even go, well, when you have human wingmen, usually, well, you go for even closer formation if you do close wing formation. Alright, so I've got 1, 2,
2 in position.
I've got, sorry, 2 and 3, and I'm still waiting for 4. Where's 4? Let's check that. 4 is far behind. Yeah, it's 4 is far behind. Well, you have the opportunity to close up with the. So you see, we've got the 2 other flights from the package. This is really interesting because you definitely see those guys popping up on my screen. And one thing that is great in BMS compared to DCS is that we've got the the other flights will be able to share with me their air-to-air or air-to-ground targets. Well, it's not really used with the AI, but that's definitely something you can trigger with them. So no worries on that side. That can be done easily. All right, so we've got plenty of spots. Right now we're still on the friendly side, so I doubt that there will be any flight that might be not friendly. We can check those ones, and one thing that is interesting, if I set here, for example, on the right screen, the TGP can set it to air-to-air, and now I've locked up the other plane. Sorry, plane number 3, and I'm going to switch to TV mode. And now you see the F-16. So that's the TGP is an easy and quick way to identify air-to-air target when they are less than 20, well, let's say 15 nautical miles away from you. So that's cool. All right, so let's switch back to the HSD. I don't really need that. I'm currently scanning ahead of me 80 nautical miles, as you can see on the radar, the 80. I could go even further than that, but that's not really useful because, well, the efficiency of the radar is something like 60 nautical miles. You start being able to see contacts usually around 50 to 40 nautical miles with the radar. And depends if the radar is, if the contact is depend on the speed, because of the Doppler effect, you obviously need to be careful with that, since if the target from your perspective is not moving, the radar is not going to be able to detect the target. There are several modes here. If I wanted. CRM, ultra long scan, and this one would be I can basically monitor for speed vector, and that's usually an easy way to identify targets. All right, so you see spots here. That's that easy to detect from a long range distance. So I see those are targets those are air-to-air planes around something like I think it's 80 nautical miles. Those are things that I shouldn't be able to detect on the normal RWS scan mode, range wall scan, which is the definition of RWS. And yeah, so you see the those targets. So that's one thing that is easy, is that you can see targets from a long distance. Usually it's cool to detect targets such as bombers, and you will definitely see those contacts from a long range distance, such as, for example, the ULS also is one thing that really helps when it comes to detecting long range targets. Usually it's those are large planes. For example, if I lock this one and I tell the AWACS what it is,
Chalice 1 Panther 1-1, declare. Panther 1-1 Chalice. 1.
And I guess this
Contact
is something
friendly.
like tanker or AWACS or transport plane that I see there. Because otherwise it wouldn't be detected. You see, I don't even see. I have the data link feedback from my wingmans, but I definitely don't have any spots. But if I switch back to not TWS but RWS, then my contacts in front of me will start showing up. It takes a bit. See, now we've got them. So those are different radar modes that are definitely really well modeled in BMS. If you get over the graphical part that is obviously less pretty than DCS, the cockpit itself is really okay. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. But the main focus of this is definitely the avionics systems, and all the systems are really well modeled. All right, I've got some contacts here I don't really like, but I think
Chalice 1 Panther 1-1. Declare. Panther 1-1 Chalice. 1. Contact is friendly.
All right, so I'll switch to uniform 6, which is the package flight frequency. So all the other flights within the same package will be able to give us information and feedback on the current situation, because situation awareness is definitely critical in those type of flight. All right, so what's my current fuel status? 9,400. I think I can boost up a bit the. Where is 4 again? 4 is always really far behind. All right, so well, nevertheless, I need to. Now I'm going to pull the afterburner. I need to recover a bit the. But on the other end, I need to be careful because with the I'm quite heavy, so I need to be careful. There's a maximum speed you should not go over with the sometimes of bombs and their profiles, because otherwise you might tore apart the yeah, you hear it's now there's some turbulence over the wings, and I definitely have the vibrations. So I'm going to I can't really recover the timeline here, but yeah, I should be okay. So 2-1 and 2-3 are definitely the other strike package. So I can definitely try to see if I can flight wingman. No, that's not what I'm. Element and flight. Alright, no, that's not what I. Alright, so now I think I'll go for fencing, and I tell my wingman to go for fencing. So I'll go for the flight commands, tell them to go for fence in, 6.
Fence in.
Alright, so now they will be arming the systems, and I'm going to tell them that they can go weapons free.
4.
They're weapons free, and
Panther,
I'm
1,
going
weapons
to ask
free.
them to also have their ECM on.
2,
so
welcome. Panther 1
and
is
I'm
on.
going to also to put mine on, so I'll see that on the ECM here.
2, music. 3. 4.
We've got 2 spots here that are. I hope those ones are friendly. I'll try to see if I can scan a hold of them, or at least try to get something, kind of log or declare something to the AWACS to tell us what's the current situation. or maybe I'll ask a situation set rep to the AWACS. Request picture.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1. Request picture. Panther 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
All right, picture clear. So you see the Avenger flight is already starting their patrol. If you remember, it was kind of a square pattern over the zone where we were progressing. You see
Avenger
the
1, Chalice 1,
AC2
B5, threat aircraft,
and
bullseye,
AC3
205, 40 miles,
are
21,000.
definitely drone on my screen now. All right, so let's declare this one.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1.
All right, that's
Declare.
friendly. And it's really low.
Panther
Look, it's
1-1, Chalice
Angel
1,
2, so it's
contact is friendly.
2,000. So I think those are slow movers or choppers or ground attack aircraft. The RWR is your best friend in those type of situation. Never forget to put the hand off to the diamond's position. It will give you the information on what you have in terms of threat in the vicinity of your plane.
Avenger 1-1, engaging target bullseye 215.
Alright, so
40
Avenger flight
miles,
is already engaging
25,000.
threats. So there are two options. Either we... Alright, I don't like this one. Alright, let's check what it is.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1. Declare.
Alright.
Panther 1-1, Chalice 1, contact is friendly. Avenger 1, Chalice 1, B5, threat aircraft, bullseye 215, 50 miles, 14,000.
Alright, 215. I'm going to check to that on the 215, 50 miles. So if you check the lower bottom part here, this is where you have your cursor and you see the bullseye position. So 251, 50 miles, so it should be something like 25.
Viper 1, Chalice 1, B5, threat aircraft, bullseye 220, 50 miles, 10,000.
220, 50 miles. 220. Around here, 50 miles. Oh shit, so this is quite close. Alright, so they're over the target. And they have threats.
Avenger 1, Chalice 1, B5, threat aircraft, bullseye 225, 50 miles, 14,000.
My speed and probably switching back to the air radar. Those are still the friendlies, I guess.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1. Declare.
Yeah, still friendly. I don't see any other
Panther 1-1,
contacts. I'm going to
Chalice
reduce
1,
the range
contact is
from
friendly.
my radar just to focus on whatever is going to happen. I'll switch now to the SA2. Sorry, on the waypoint 6, which is my target, and I'm going to switch now to air to
Panther
ground.
1-3, request permission to engage.
1-3, permission to engage.
Viper 1, Chalice 1, B5, threat aircraft, bullseye 2, Panther 1, weapons free. Panther 1-4, request permission to engage. 2, Wilco. 3, Wilco. 4, Wilco. Panther 1-2, I've got a good angle on it.
Alright, so they got something. Meanwhile, I need to focus now on my attack profile. So I'm going to now power up the TGP for air to ground.
Viper 1, attack target bearing 125, 15 miles.
White hot. Not really. Black hot. I don't see anything. Oh, shit. I'm a bit too far, I think, from Alright, so I don't have any SA2 spot. You see I'm within the engagement target circle from the SA2. I need to pull up now my laser system, and I'm definitely going to lower now my altitude because I think I'm a bit too high. I definitely want to have, I'd like to have a close-up on the target, but I just can't. Cursor 0. Alright, so I got it now. Alright, so I definitely need to Alright, okay, so I'll be now pointing TV, that's
Takeaway.
alright. Alright, so now I'm going to...
Takeaway.
Alright, I got 2 paveways out. I need to change my configuration because now I'm flat. Increase a bit power.
Takeaway.
And you'll see my laser being activated something like 10 seconds before the strike.
200, 80 miles.
So if you check closely, I'm 20
Avenger,
seconds
1,
before
Chalice, 1,
impact.
hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye. 200,
And I'm going to
80
already
miles.
have a right turn,
Takeaway.
a light right turn. Shit, there's nothing.
Avenger 1-1 engaging target bearing 1005 miles.
Alright, oh, you got a good strike. I hope
Viper
this is my
1-2
goals.
impact.
Alright, so we've got a good kill on the main target. Well, I guess we already, well, we had, I guess, too much in terms of bombs and equipments.
Viper 1, Chalice 1, be advised, hostile bearing 075, 5 miles, 3,000.
What's my fuel status? 8,000. We've got a bit of, we're a bit
Avenger
over
1,
time.
Chalice
I think
1,
we can
be
go
advised,
for it.
hostile bearing 070,
We've got
5 miles,
21s behind.
3,000.
I'm definitely going to go for the 21s and see if I can actually shoot those guys. I've got some resources here, and I'm going to check if I have something that I can engage. What's my current bearing? Alright, north. Alright, okay, so let's check north. I've got 2. So what's this one? I'm going to declare it.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare.
Alright.
Panther 1-1, Chalice
What's that?
1, contact. Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare.
We've got only friendlies around here.
Panther
Okay, I've got
1-1,
the
Chalice
21s.
1, contact is
2
friendly.
to 3 o'clock on my RWR. So
Viper 1, Chalice 1,
obviously
be advised,
those
hostile bearing
those
115,
guys
10
are
miles,
somewhere around
4,000.
here. I need to check. They're kind of close. So I think I've got some pups around here. So where are they?
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare.
Friendly shit. I don't see
Panther
it.
1-1, Chalice 1, contact is friendly.
What's this?
Avenger
What's
1,
this
Chalice,
frequency?
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare. Panther 1-1, Chalice 1, contact is friendly.
I think there's nothing else in the zone.
Takeaway.
Alright, still got some of the friendlies dropping their bombs. Trying to see the longest
Takeaway.
range. Alright, so let's see what is it.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare.
We've got nothing to shoot in this case.
Panther 1-1, Chalice 1, contact is friendly.
Alright, so we'll
Takeaway.
return back to base in this case.
Viper 1, Chalice 1, be advised, hostile bearing 070, 5 miles, 15,000.
Okay, well, I can also ask the AWACS if
Three.
that's something in the future.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, request picture.
Alright, so 360.
Avenger 1, Chalice 1, be advised, hostile bearing 065, 5 miles, 15, engaging, min 21.
Oh, they're too close from the
Low.
bullseye. There's no interest in going
Three,
and engage
full.
those guys. We'll return
Panther
back to the
3,
base.
plus 3, medium.
This is the only thing we've got.
3, full. 4,
We've got some engagements.
engaging,
obviously.
MiG 21, 2 o'clock, low. Fox 2,
They've got some 21s.
engaging, MiG 21,
Alright, okay, so you
1
see
o'clock,
the
low.
square one
Fox 2,
here.
4, Fox 3,
There's
close.
definitely some
Four,
engagements.
pitfall.
Those guys I've pinpointed. some aircrafts around here, and let's declare that.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1.
Oh yeah,
Declare.
we've got that one. All right, so I hope
Panther
I won't.
1-1, Chalice 1, contact
Okay.
confirmed hostile. ID to
Is 40
21.
miles away.
Viper 1, Chalice 1, beam 5, threat
this guy is
aircraft,
beaming.
bullseye,
I might
200,
lose him.
60 miles,
I might lose him
16,000.
at some point. And I'm going to change the target system to TWS, so I'm sure I will get the information. Who's this guy? Alright, so A2 declare.
Chalice 1, Panther 1-1, declare.
Friendly shit, so I need to be careful.
Panther
So I also try
1-1, Chalice
to,
1, contact is friendly.
to be sure I'm not pinpointing at a friendly. I'll expand the view and
Chalice
declare.
1, Panther 1-1, declare.
All right. Okay. So I've got a friendly
1-1,
engaged by a
Chalice 1,
MiG-29
contact
at
confirmed
21.
hostile. ID is MiG-21.
27 miles from my position, and it's Angel 13 currently. So I've got the upper end in terms of height. So I'll use that to my advantage. I could also here put the TGP on, standby and air-to-air. So here you go. We've got a good angle on the MiG-21, so we confirm this is a MiG-21. All right, so you see the delta wing. This is definitely a MiG-21. So we've got this one is turning hot on me. Currently, it was flanking, now beaming, and is turning cold. So I'll see the profile, and I've still got the TGP on him. So now I'm waiting for my 120 to be ready for to do the kill. And I'm probably going to loft the missiles, so I'm sure I can catch this guy. All right. Oh, he's diving. Oh, he's dead. All right. Okay. So not too bad. I don't have any other thing on the picture. My wingmans are with me, and I think I need to pull out from the zone. There's no interest of. All right. Okay. So let's head out from the zone. We are already. What's my fuel state? 7,200. We're fine. I'm going to switch to the next waypoint and go to 22, Angel 22, and so you see we've got an SA-5 just behind us. So it means that the SA-5 at some point is still not in range to engage me, but it could be quickly. All right, so now I'm following now. I'm tracking. I'm pulling up the autopilot. I'm still keeping my systems on. Well, you see this is efficient because I've got the ECM on, and obviously the SA-5 cannot do much against me. Because if you remember what I showed you, what I've shown you at the beginning of the stream, is that the SA-5 is easily defeated by ECM systems with any planes actually. The SA-2 and 5 are easily defeated with ECM, and so we gain a bit the upper hand. So if there is a SA-5 quite far from the engagement area where we are, we put the ACM on and we're kind of okay. You could also have, for example, A6 Prowler. So those are specialized into electronic warfare, and you could have those guys jamming the zone. So you're sure that the friendlies are not engaged by any ground tour systems, because those guys are really highly equipped with electronic warfare systems, so major jamming system, to be honest. Alright, so since we've got a bit of fuel with us, and what's the, let's check the timeline to go back to base. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel, so let me check if I'm going back to home plate. It calculates the optimal altitude would be at 29,000, so I can actually climb. So I'm going to climb. And they are calculating right now a bit more than 5,600 pounds of fuel left once I will be landing on the airfield. So I'm going for the optimum economy altitude, and once I'm at the target altitude, I'll pump a bit the throttle and push to gate, so full afterburner, so we gain a bit of time to get back to base. Once I've reached like 50 nautical miles, as you can see here, we're 81 nautical miles from the next waypoint. Once I reach 50, I'll tell the wing to fence out, and I can already tell them to put music off. We don't really need that anymore. Okay.
Panther, 1, music.
Off.
2, music strangled. 3.
So now we have control
4.
starting a bit because we're quite high. Alright, so yeah, probably I can stabilize now far above the optimal altitude, but that's okay. And now we're at altitude. I've got the wing with me, and I'm going to go gate in this case. And you'll see the fuel quantity dropping, because now if you check the fuel flow, really high. It's going to increase, and I'll check to be within the correct limits. Make a safe landing. If whatever happens to the airstrip, I need to be able to, if you check here, for example, pull up the HA system here. The alternate, we've got, I think the alternate is this one. We've got something here, and I think usually this is meant for the tankers, but I'm not sure. What I could do here is get to waypoint 1. Alright, so this one, alright. We're heading back to Aviano. We could also select here cruise page waypoint 10, which is exactly the same thing as waypoint 1, but I prefer to keep waypoint 1. Mach 1.1, as you can see here. And I can get the flight to fence out. 5 fence out. Alright, so myself I will fence out too, so I'm not messing
out.
off and lights
3.
on.
4.
return it to Buster -5, something like that. I'll stick to 100% RPM, which should be quite easy for the wing to recover my current position. I can see some of the flight. You see them behind me. You can't really be disappointed by the wingman, the AI. They're always keeping clean formation. Alright, so you see here we've got 2-3 that has dropped his bomb really late compared to the leader of the flight. And you see, so we have 2-3 really far behind 2-1 we've got there. And that was the second strike package. If I remember correctly, 3 was the Avenger flight. Alright, so 2-1 is... Oh, he's turning. Alright, so probably he's waiting for his for the rest of his flight. Not no, really. We've still got the chevron here, so we're kind of late on schedule, but we're still within good parameters with the rest of the package. We're not that far from the package number 3 that we have indicated just 11 o'clock from us. 2-1 is gaining some time, obviously, because he's turning. I think he's doing some kind of 360. On the RWR, we've got Ps, and Ps are Patriot missiles systems. And currently there is one that is tracking me, the one with the... No, he's not tracking. It's just the latest threat and highest threat on the RWR. We've got the anything with a hat basically is air contact, and letters or numbers without any hat are basically ground systems. Alright, so how far are we from the base? 82 miles. Alright. So we'll still continue. I'll try to line up at the rest of the flight. So definitely 2-1 is waiting for the rest of his flight. He's still... So if I could show you a few things which are really interesting, for example, the TWS system. So track while scan, basically what happens is that you'll be able to, in terms of, you'll track a certain number of targets. I think the radar is able to track 10 targets at the same time, if I remember correctly, and it will be able to. Alright, so now I have to adapt the scanning zone from the radar if I want to have the spot showing up. Then I can expand, so I have a detailed view, a zoom view on the radar of the different elements. So what you could do with the TW system is that you kind of flag all the elements you have here, and then what you could do is that if you've got Fox 3 capacity, is that you send a Fox 3 on each and every of them, and you can switch easily from one target to the other. So if I had, for example, those were threats, and I had 4 AM 120, then I would be able to launch 4 AIM 20 at them, and each of them will be tracking their own target, and that is really efficient where you're in air-to-air BVR state, and you need to make sure that you engage any groups of enemy that are closing by your location. So that is basically a huge advantage compared to Fox 1 capacity planes, obviously. If I switch back now to RWS and I'm changing the scan area. Yes, we actually need to have the radar scan a bit further than that. Okay, well, radar seems to be stuck in the state that I don't like. GWS, that's not what I want. Well, I don't know, maybe there's something happening, I don't know. That's weird. Oh, maybe because I was tracking the target. Alright, so now we've got the, if you can check the scan zone from the right, MFD is following the range you see of the scan. So we've got, like, I think this one is 120, 60, and something like 10 degrees, 20 degrees, I think. So this one is, you're focusing basically where I scan to one, to the front line, but I can move that, I can move, so I can detect any other target. And I can lower the scan altitude, so I can show planes that are lower and closer from me. Alright, so now I'll revert back to normal scan. I definitely have what I want in terms of probably going to pop up a bit in terms of flying fast. I've got enough fuel for that, and who cares, we're a military plane and we don't really care about fuel. And now, 40 miles from the airport, I'll switch back to the frequency from the Aviano airport once I'm less than 30 nautical miles from the airport, because you can't reach a tower above that distance. So Aviano tower, we're replied to saying, well, you're above my scan distance, so call me back when you're 30 nautical miles or less from Aviano location, air base. Alright, so we're almost there. I'm going to check here at 32 nautical miles, and I'll be able to contact. I'll switch already to uniform 15.
Avenger 1-1, inbound for landing.
Alright, you see Avenger is already ready for landing.
Aviano approach.
So they're already announcing that their intentions. Alright, okay, so now it's my turn. I'll tell them that I will do a autonomous approach.
Panther 1-1, inbound for landing.
And then tower tells me that this is runway 23.
Welcome back. Panther 1-2, inbound for landing.
Alright, so now full idle.
Panther 1-3, inbound for landing.
And sending now directly to the airfield. And we've got a diamond here, is basically pointing at the airfield, so and we can already see the peak when we zoom in. I'll do a brake landing. So what's going to happen is that I'll go over runway 23, and once I'm over tower, I will brake. I'll brake left, go downwind, and then land. I can already tell the to return to base, so they're they're not following me.
Panther 1, return to base. 3, 4.
And 2 is saying nothing. Well, I hope 2 is okay. I haven't heard anything from 2 anyway. Alright, we've got the airfield here, and I'll drop the air brakes. So you can see the air brakes out there. The 3D model from the plane is honestly has nothing to envy from ACS. It's just the ground that is a bit always the same thing. It's just like comparing MSS or P3D to explain theirs. It just depends what you're looking for in the end. All right, so I'll basically go for. I forgot to ask for the QNH. QNH 1.
Active 1-3, orbit the space run 7000.
36. All right.
Active 1,
Aviano approach.
1036. Active
Alright,
1-3, maintain 300 knots.
I see the runway. I'm going to
Active
turn.
1-4, orbit the space run 8000.
Maintain 350.
Active 1-4, maintain 300 knots.
Turning. I see I have the runway inside. Turning for final, short final. I'll go over runway 350. Alright. I'll go for 1.
Good morning, Panther 1-1.
Aviano Tower.
Clear for landing. Runway 23, jet gear down.
Alright, so 1,500 over runway. Okay, a bit below, but that's okay. Alright, so now I'm over the airfield. So what's going to happen now is that I'm going to say brake, full idle, maintain G ratio of 3. Do that correctly. You'll see my speed is dropping down. I'll wait for me to be downwind. I should have maintained correctly my altitude.
Active 1-1, execute this approach. Vector 350, contact tower.
Alright, so now I've lowered the speed.
Descend to 5000, turn left heading 280.
Warning, warning,
Have gear
warning, warning.
Avenger 1-1, orbit the space run 5000. Avenger 1-1, maintain 300 knots.
Okay, so now I'll wait for the correct position
runway
to
23.
the airfield.
Avenger 1-2, orbit the space run 6000. Avenger 1-2, maintain 300 knots. Avenger 1-3, orbit the space run 7000. Avenger 1-3, maintain 300 knots.
Alright, so once I'm at
Avenger
45 degrees,
1-4, orbit the space run 8000.
now I can do my final turn.
Avenger 1-4, maintain 300 knots.
The throttle to maintain the speed.
Active 1-2, descend to 3000. Maintain
And
230 knots.
I'll be
Turn
able
left
to,
heading 230. Active 1-4, descend to 5000. Maintain 250 knots. Turn right heading
conditions are
285.
great
Runway
in terms
23.
of weather conditions.
Bingo, bingo.
Alright, so we've got the bingo here. See, so the fuel should be at 4,100. Yeah, this is it. Alright, so dropping out the
Gypsy 1-1, inbound for landing.
I should tell him I'm definitely
Panther 1-1, inbound for landing.
I've got 3 green.
Good morning,
That's okay.
Active 1.
Aviano approach.
Runway 23, welcome
Land at
back.
150 something.
Good morning, Panther 1-1.
Aviano Tower.
Clear for landing. Runway 23, jet gear down. Good morning, Gypsy
bit
1.
hard
Aviano
landing.
approach.
4, runway 23.
I hope I didn't break anything. I don't think so. But I was really hard on landing.
Fury 2-2, inbound for landing. Fury 2-1, inbound for landing. Fury 2-2, inbound for landing. Good morning, Fury 2,
Aviano approach.
runway 23, welcome back.
I think I'll go right.
Good morning, Fury 2,
Aviano approach.
continuing down for runway 23, welcome back.
And I'll exit the runway as fast as I can. But there's no taxi right now.
Active 12, turn left to final approach course 230, slow to approach speed.
Alright, so we've got reconnected
Fury
now,
2-1,
and
declaring an
I
emergency.
think I'll go to the Disney part.
Fury 2-1,
Aviano approach.
stop emergency, you're clear for immediate landing, runway 23, good luck.
We've got an emergency.
Fury 2-2, declaring an emergency.
Alright, okay, they've got no fuel
Active
left.
1-1,
Aviano tower.
taxi clear of the runway. Fury 2-2,
Aviano approach.
stop emergency, you're clear for immediate landing, runway 23, alerting the south. Gypsy 1-1, orbit for spaceman 5000.
And
Gypsy 1-1, maintain 300 knots.
alright. Okay, so now parking brake on. I'll ask the tower to put the chokes on.
Active 1-3, descend to 4000, maintain 300 knots, runway 23.
So that's done.
Answer 1-2, on final.
Deactivating the electronic warfare systems. That is done. I can put the radar back to standby. I don't need it. Altitude to off. I don't need the radar, so I'll set it to off.
Avenger 1-1, orbit for spaceman 5000.
Hot point are,
Avenger 1-1, maintain 300 knots.
and I can
Active 1-3, descend to 3000, maintain 230 knots. Turn left heading 230.
I'll disable the radios, so I don't need any more DCM. I'll tell
Good morning, Panther 1-2.
Aviano
for,
tower.
Clear for landing, runway 23, jet gear down.
and now pouring off all the systems. So that won't have that. Ah, shoot. It's hard to click those things. Alright, so you should see already the MFD screens pouring down.
Active 1-4, descend to 4000, maintain 250 knots, runway 23.
Air source to off. You can't see that. That's definitely behind this thing.
Avenger 1-2, descend to 5000,
Alright,
turn right
so
heading
now
010, runway
off.
23.
And turning lights off. Okay. I can disable COM2, pulling back to backup, and that's it. Disable the last radio, and disable the ejection seat. And let's see where are the others. Fury 2-1, Avenger 1-4, Falcon 1-2. Alright, so those are other flights. So that's a tanker. Definitely. That model is nice for this one, I remember now. We've got a lot of F-16 Camel and other tanker. Falcon 1-4, tanker 1-2. Got it on fire, so we still alive. Fury. Alright, we've got no other planes. No F-15. You can fly other planes in Falcon. You've got the F-15, the F-18, Tornado, also the what's the name again? Arrier 2, the AV-8, but the Mirage also, you have all of those. I think also you have like MiG-29, but you have to know that even though the cockpits could be modeled, everything that in terms of avionics are bound to the F-15, so you will have Mirage or other planes with actual F-16 avionics. Makes sense for F-18, F-15 also, because this is close to the to what they have, but definitely doesn't make sense for any other planes such as the F-4, Tornado, or anything else. But that's always nice to see those other aircraft and fly with this, because especially for the Mirage, the flight model is really good. So here we go. So let's see what's the result of the mission. All right. So let me pull up the correct screen. Sorry. All right. So what does it say? Ah, shoot! I missed. That's what I thought there. I forgot something, and definitely this is now. I remember that as I forgot to arm the laser. So this is why I've got 2 misses. That's a shame. Significant time damage to the target site. So that's still, we've got that. We've got the target damage. So what did we do? All right, so the building was destroyed. Panther 1-3 destroyed down 2 MiG-21.
Chalice 1, radar, contact, bullseye, 070,
really, I got
30 miles,
okay.
16,000.
I had a missile launched at me, but it doesn't seem to be, I haven't seen any warning, but I guess those are IR missiles or tow missiles. So well, I was a bit too high, I think, for the missile to do anything, to do any harm to me. And nothing else. All right. What did the other do? The other actually got the factory in the office. All right. Well, the sweep. Okay, they didn't get anything. I thought they engaged some of the. So 2
Chalice 1, P5, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye,
so yeah,
195, 80 miles.
Panther 1-3 did launch some stuff, and also 2 a.m. Oh wow, he didn't get any weapons left.
Chalice 1, P5, hostile launch activity detected. Bullseye, 145, 200 miles.
Okay, and I think Panther 1-4 aimed for the same target as us. So basically, that was unnecessary. That was an overkill. Definitely an overkill. All right, so we contributed to the war effort, and the mission was a success, and rating excellent. So that's fine. What I'm going to do is that if I want to take over this campaign, I'll definitely need to save it now and exit the campaign itself. All right, so there we go. I've finished my campaign mission, and hope you enjoyed it. Definitely want to stream more about this unknown simulator. Many people don't really know about Falcon. It's definitely a good simulator. People should be a bit more aware about the capacity of these of this simulator, and I hope some of you might choose to test it at some point. Remember that it needs Falcon 4 original to be installed, so you can definitely find the Falcon 4 original. Either you have the CD from the original one, which is probably something you won't really find in probably on eBay, but honestly, That's no point in buying a CD version where you have it on Steam or Good Old Games, GOG, where you can find it. I think it's something like $10. You have to install Falcon for Original, and once you have this installed, go for Benchmark Sims forums, and once you've subscribed in the forums, you'll see the link to download directly the patch. So because BMS is a patch over Falcon, it's not really over Falcon, but it's a separate installation. So you'll keep Falcon 4 Original on one side, and you'll have the BMS on the other side. And honestly, if you're looking for something a bit more complex in terms of weapon systems and general feeling for a campaign on the military side, that's definitely the simulator I will go for. So yeah, try if you want to try it. It's totally free, and honestly, the original Falcon 4 is inexpensive, so go for it if you've got time. It's mandatory you have OTAS joysticks. This is clearly mandatory. You have to get OTAS joysticks. You have to have those because otherwise it's a loss of time. Honestly, you won't be able to fly correctly without an OTAS setup, and also rudder pedals, and yeah, and obviously also as you can see, you always need to screen the horizon. So Takeoff or any other tracking device or systems will be almost essential to having a good flight or experience, at least with a Falcon or any DCS. Either DCS or BMS is exactly the same. Well, DCS for the FC Flaming 3 planes, you can fly it without having OTAS, but that's for the other planes. I will definitely advise you to have OTAS system. All right, that's it for tonight for me. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of streams. I know this is not explained. I know this is kind of a really special, and some of you guys don't really like it, but I will stream some explain at some point. But right now, I mean, let's face it, I'm in my military phase because I'm learning Falcon, and I'm training, and I'm getting my degrees for having a better understanding of the simulator itself. But I'll stream it sometimes, amongst other things. Well, again, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Hope I didn't miss anyone subscribed to the channel. But again, if you got any comment, you can definitely send me a message, private message, or you can send me a private chat. Go ahead, and see you next time. Cheers.